Not every hit starts as a choice. Some are born from pressure. That was the case for the Eagles, and the one song they were practically forced to record. Long before they became one of the biggest bands in rock history, their future was far from guaranteed. They were undeniably talented musicians with golden harmonies, but even Don Henley, reflecting on their early days, seemed amazed that they managed to rise so high. Yet behind the sleek blend of voices and smooth melodies, the band wasn't always in control of their creative path. At first, the Eagles were still finding their identity. When Henley and Glenn Frey left Linda Ronstadt's group and walked straight into music mogul David Geffen's office to ask for a record deal, they were flatly turned down. It wasn't for lack of skill. Their musicianship was strong, but they simply weren't polished enough to grab a label's confidence. They needed time to refine their sound and figure out what kind of band they wanted to be. Enter Glyn Johns, the producer who would play a critical role in shaping their early style. Johns later recalled that the Eagles had immense harmony and potential, but they were uncertain about their artistic direction. Still, once their voices blended, everything clicked. Johns saw they could go almost anywhere musically if they leaned into those harmonies. Their debut album became a collaborative project, giving each member a moment to shine. It was far more democratic than anyone expected from a band whose songwriting powerhouses, Frey and Henley, would soon dominate classic rock radio. But here's where it gets controversial. Geffen believed they were missing a key ingredient, Don Henley's voice. When he discovered that their debut only featured Henley on one song, he was furious. To him, this was a major misstep. After all, Henley's powerful, distinctive voice, nicknamed Golden Throat, was what made the band special. So Geffen insisted they fix it. He demanded a return to the studio to record another song featuring Henley up front. Glenn Frey later explained what happened next. Since they didn't have original material ready for Henley, they turned to a song they already knew from their Ronstadt days, Jackson Browne's Nightingale. It was an easy choice. Browne's writing fit perfectly with the band's sound, and Frey had already worked with him on finishing Take It Easy, their breakout hit. Adding Browne's song wasn't just a quick fix. It was a smart move to maintain that creative connection that had already helped shape their identity. So yes, the Eagles were forced back into the studio, but that pressure paid off. The debut album might not have flowed exactly as they first planned, yet it revealed the full force of Henley's vocal abilities. His rendition of Witchy Woman carried an unexpectedly dark tone, but it showcased his range and charisma, the very qualities that would later make him one of rock's most iconic voices. Here's the ironic twist. The song they recorded under pressure ended up being a crucial step in cementing their sound and defining Henley's role within the band. Without Geffen's demands, that moment of magic might never have happened. Now, here's a question for you. Was Geffen right to intervene? Or should artists always have total control over their debut? Do you think the Eagles' journey would have been the same without that push?